Hi, Graham Vincent, Somerset Violin Maker. I did a video recently where I got into the gearbox because the return spring on the gear lever is kind of a bit weak, and I thought I'd cured it. I didn't replace any parts, but I hadn't cured it, it turned out. So I've got the parts, I'm going to replace those. If you want to see the previous video, it will show you how to, go into detail of me taking that to pieces, but I didn't see any point repeating it, so I'll cut straight to where I got to really last time, and then we'll put these in. So this is where I got up to last time really. I opened all this up and I could see the spring in there, and down here I could see that the spring was intact, and I kind of lubricated this up a bit and it all appeared to be okay, so I decided it was going to be fine and put it all back together. So, but this time I'm going to take this cover off, and I think I also have to take this piece off here, which means there's a whole sort of ratchet assembly in the center as well, which will need to come out as well. I believe this shaft stays there because that is connected through to the actual gears. That this ratchet assembly actually pushes this up and down, left and right. So let's see what we got. Anyway, so I think by the look of it, these two need to come off first of all. Right, that's not under any tension. I don't think there's going to be any nasty pinging of springs left and right. Let's give it a go. No, that looks promising. Right, so then, let's see what we got. This seems to want to all come out. This is all in remarkably good condition, I would say. Famous last words. But I do have a washer in my hand that has come from somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where that is, so I might have to do a little bit of follow-up research before we reassemble to work out where that goes. So there's the old one, there's the new one. They look very similar. Oh, except the new one is definitely a stronger spring. Nope, let's try a 3/8. No, less than that, 5/16. More than that, great. I think we're into the adjustable spanner territory here then. Let's do that nice and tight. Not particularly tight. The bottom one doesn't seem to have a washer, the top one does. Now I'm slightly nervous about this next bit, I have to admit. Right, let's see what happens. Oh, easy. So let's take this off. Just turning it seems to do the job nicely. So I'll just clean this up a bit and re-grease it in a minute. Just so I can inspect it, make sure everything's all right, no cracks or anything like that. good. Looking good. Yeah, there's a little bit more tension in the new one, but not massive. Bit of grease, I think. Then, how did this go? That's interesting. These are actually slotted holes. So there's obviously some option for movement. So I guess we'll just put them in the middle, shall we? Probably the sensible place to start. Oh, now that's interesting. Okay. Right, I can see a few problems coming up. One is I've got to make sure that I work out how to put the ratchet in the right place so that I'm not kind of in the wrong gear setup. But I think this was not aligned properly before. So what I need to do, I can see why it wasn't pinging backwards and forwards. I think the existing ones were fine, but it wasn't where it needed to be. So what I think we've got to do is the following. I think that needs to come out, and that needs to be slid right the way down there. So that this is caught on both sides, which it wasn't before. That's going to make a huge difference. That really will make a massive difference. That wasn't like that before. Where was this one? Right. So, it would also make sense. This needs to go somewhere. I have no idea where it was. It on? It's not the right size for that one, is it? Next. So this goes in there. And that goes in here. Wow, that's feeling so positive compared with how it was. Now, assuming we're still in neutral, this can only go in one place, luckily for me. Because I should have taken note of that. This then goes back on here. These two little nuts go there and there. They didn't have any washers. Oop. so mightily positive compared with how it was. That's got to be it. Okay, good. So the spring was fine. It just hadn't been put back on the end of the pin here, so it wasn't working. But spare parts were only £6, so that's neither here nor there. I think now is the moment we give it a thoroughly good greasing. Squidge that in there and squidge it in there. Have a quick look to see if I've got any parts left over. No, I don't think I have. So reassembly it is. It failed its MOT last week. The headlamp bulb was blown, so I put a new headlamp bulb in, and on Monday I should be taking it back to the MOT testing station so they can verify that I've done that. Well, that's looking very positive. We'll find out. Looks like the neutral finder and everything is going to be working a lot better than it was before. None of it was working properly with that spring in the wrong place. Goodness me, I do believe it all actually works. Fantastic. Right. Okay, so if this has gone the way it looks, I think it was simply that the one of the two springs that work on that system had been put in slightly the wrong position. It wasn't catching on the end of the gear lever, but that is now so positive that it looks like it's all going to work. And the nice thing about this is it appears that the neutral selector, which I've never really been able to get to do what it was supposed to do easily, looks like that's now going to be working properly as well. So that's like a double bonus, all being well. I'm just going to go and get my jacket and helmet and take it for a quick spin just to check it's working. I'll let you know. Okay, over and out. Cheers, folks. Yeah, we'll definitely call that a success. Cheers, folks. Look after yourself. Graham Vincent, Somerset, violin maker. Bye.